Hey Taurus, I'm Empress Rose and welcome to your reading. These are general readings. We take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, check your other major placements. If I do catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, you can join me in the Vimeo extended. The link is in the description box below. And I thought it would be fun for the extended to just do the same spread. So I'm going to do a tarot spread here, a more traditional tarot reading here. And then this time over on the extended, I'm going to overlay it with another reading with different cards. And then we'll take both cards together and see, get clarification, get some more ideas about what's going on. So that's what the plan is. All right, for the overall, for this reading, we have the Wheel. Such a cop-out. Tarot. Well, changing fortunes, changing luck. If you've had some really good luck, you might prepare for some bad luck. If you've had bad luck, you might prepare for some good luck. Changing luck, things outside of our control, changing, sometimes surprising things happening, things we weren't expecting because maybe we did spin the wheel of fortune, but we can't control where it stops. We can't control what the outcome is. So you may be experiencing an outcome that's very different than one that you expected. Past, present, inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Okay, all right. The to-do list always confuses me when this one shows up, but we'll get to it. Okay, we have in your recent past 7 of emotions, 7 of cups. Emotionally overwhelmed, trying to make an emotional decision, usually using logic or something from a different realm here for emotional choices. Lots of choices and decisions to be made, options for how to accomplish something, how to do something, what you want, trying to make educated guesses about what's going to make you happiest. So you've been in sort of decision-making mode here. And maybe not even quite clear on what it is you want to do. There might be something that kind of stuck out a little bit as probably the best option, but you went on exploring your options, maybe overthinking it a little bit, something like that. So exploring your options, thinking very thoroughly about them, not necessarily following your intuition. Also, I kind of like 7 emotions because it can check the emotions, right? Our emotions are information, but they're not our masters, right? The brain also makes a terrible master, but our emotions, they give us information and we can figure out what we want to do with that information. So sometimes like thinking through, it can feel a little overwhelming to try to think through these decisions and these choices that we see here in the 7 of emotions, but it can also be very like just a check, making sure that we have we're seeing a bunch of options. I like it. You're exploring your options, right? You didn't just see one option and be like, well, I guess I have to do that. That's the only one. You went exploring and figuring it out, and maybe created a little bit of overwhelm. But you're sorting through your feelings, sorting through what you think is going to make you happiest. Hold on a minute. Okay, so we go from 7 of emotions, trying to make choices, that kind of thing, to this Empress energy. So maybe we were overwhelmed, but now we're feeling a lot more confident. Maybe we were doubting ourselves, doubting what direction. Maybe we were rehashing some of the past decisions that we've made. But now we've come into a place where this decision making was hard, but it's led us someplace that we really like, a place of abundance. The Empress card. Being able to be creative, to initiate things. Within the Empress card, I see sort of that masculine yang energy as far as like initiating things, bringing things to life. It's not purely receptive energy here, but there is a sense of being able to receive guidance, being able to receive abundance, being able to receive what you need to. But there is like a being enough. Basically, being confident in yourself, being enough, knowing that you have what it takes, knowing that you have the skills and the power within yourself in order to be able to accomplish the dreams and bring things to life. So she comes right after the Magician. So it's coming from a place of abundance, of like, I can do this. So it's number 3. So we've got, you know, the initial idea, we've got the assembling the parts, the pieces, and then we've got just that really strong energy of, I can do this, I can accomplish this, I'm capable. So feeling very confident and very capable right now, after having a period of a lot of self-doubt, perhaps. So in your inner landscape, what's at issue? 3 of inspiration, you have a lack of faith. Okay, so you're or, you know, you're worried about where this is all going. You either can see where it's all going and you're very hopeful. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe it's not a lack of faith. I take that back. Maybe you have faith, or you're hoping that you'll have more faith. Like, you're feeling pretty confident, but you can see the future kind of unfolding a little bit, and you might be worried about the future. You might be worried about your own reactions to the future. Like, okay, I'm confident now, but I know that I can really start doubting myself. So what's that going to look like in the future? You may be hoping for more faith, wanting more faith, and worried that you may not believe in yourself quite enough. Like, you might not quite be up for the task. So you're having a strong sense of self-confidence right now, but there's a niggling sense of, how will I handle what's coming in the future? Do I have enough faith in myself? Do I have enough faith in my abundance? Do I have enough faith in my ability to be in charge of my destiny? So there's something about that faith that you're wavering on, or you're thinking about, or it's weighing on your mind somehow, as faith. And do you really see? I mean, it's like there's still some sort of niggle of self-doubt here. And maybe the Empress right now is showing a strength, and you might be showing, you know, how much you believe in yourself. And, you know, I believe in myself. Other people should invest in me too, because I'm investing in myself. So follow my lead here. But there could still be a niggling sense of like, have I made the right choice? Can I do this? Am I capable of this? Is it really going to happen? Is this really the path? Does this door actually open? Like, there's like I'm committed to this path, but does it actually go anywhere? Is it open to me? Can I actually, you know, what's the future actually look like? So I see you a little bit worried about the future, worried about your faith in the future. You're worried about your faith in yourself in your future, wondering if you did maybe pick the right path here. And then possibilities here. What the issue is we have 4 of materials in reverse. So this can be, you know, the unpleasant, clinging to something that's not much. So you may be feeling like really empowered and you really did a lot, but this could also be like clinging to some sort of accomplishment that's really not all that. Like, you don't, there can also be a sense of greediness here, of some sort of part of the situation being greedy, being obsessed. I also sometimes see like just the opposite of that too, of like a lackadaisical, like, not very interested in many things. So there's a sense here where there's maybe some greed for something that's not actually that much, clinging to something that's not that big of a deal, that's not, you know, not wanting to give up what you have for something greater, right? This is what perhaps this lack of faith is about, is that you don't want, there's something possibly greater, but you'd have to give up something now for it. And I think that might be a very difficult choice for you, even though you're feeling very empowered and but the thing is, you like where you're at, but do you want to give up where you're at to go for something bigger, right? Because we have to let go in order to grasp the next thing. And I can see this as possibly being not wanting to let go. But we'll see on the overlay tarot spread in the next reading, in the extended, maybe we can get some clarification on that. But it does look like you're happy with where you're at, and you're kind of wanting it all to stay. You're wanting something to be just this. But clinging to that just this denotes sort of a lack of faith in what could be in the future, right? And I like that you're empowered right now and you like where you're at right now, but not clinging to that, not clinging to where you're at right now, because it's not all that. And there could just be some greed here, a sense of hoarding, which would also denote a lack of faith in the future. for the future to provide for you. This is actually reminding me of one of my favorite Rumi poems. It's about a cow, and I think it's really funny because it's like his least romantic, like most practical poem ever, but it is still one of my favorites, even though I am not particularly romantic. I mean, no, I like the romantic stuff. What am I saying? I like the romantic stuff a lot, and the effusive spirituality of Rumi. I like that. But somehow this ends up as my favorite poem. It's about a cow. I forget what it's called, but it's about a cow that gorges herself on fresh pasture every day. And then at night she can't sleep because she's super worried about if there's going to be like what she's going to eat tomorrow, because she ate everything today. And for her whole life, tomorrow has always been taken care of. There's always been something there. There's always been something available. And this has not at any point let her sleep at night. So there's a sense of what you've gotten already feels like a lot, and yet there's still a lack of faith in the future, and a sense of sort of greediness or clinging, you know, right? Like that lack of faith that the universe provides, and sort of a clinginess to what you've gotten already. Is it going to be the same? Is it going to still be there? It always is, but you're not feeling that right now. In your environment, we have Muse of inspiration. So this is going to be our king, our leader, maybe someone we employ to help us with something. So someone in your environment is this could be a mentor, or just someone that you hire that's an expert, creative person, spiritual person, leader. People follow them. They lead from their spiritual center. They lead from a place of genuine passion, and this is a person in your environment. They lead from a place of genuine passion, and people hire them and follow them and employ them because of that deep intuition, that deep creativity that is just part of who they are. So your to-do list is the Sun card here. This is be happy. Be happy and grow. Be one with the universe, be happy, grow, expand your mind, be open to other opportunities, see what's right in front of you, clarity. So, I mean, the Sun card is basically the simplest card in the deck. It is like this simple happiness. It's very simple. It's not hard. And so there's a sense of getting in touch with some sort of clarity within yourself, some sort of center of growth. We see this place within you, creating all of this growth in the reality around you. And this is like, I want to say this is staying centered in your own clarity, staying centered in your own happiness. I want to say this is choosing to be happy. You had all these choices. And this one is like, choose the clearest thing, choose clarity. We're looking at when possible. We're looking at if it's available. We're looking at a lot of this to-do list is looking for the opportunity for clarity, looking opportunity for growth, looking for the opportunity for happiness. So choosing happiness, focusing on that. Maybe if you're still like in this choice mode of like making sure you're choosing what makes you happy, what brings you joy. There's also, with this Wheel of Fortune, it almost seems like something might come in and allow that to make you happy. Don't be greedy with it. Don't be, warnings against being greedy about the happiness, right? Happiness is best when it comes and goes by itself. I mean, it's like a choice you make, but there's also, you don't want to force it, right? Because that's not actually happiness when you're forcing yourself to be happy. Like this, whether you like it or not. That's not what we're doing, right? So even though you have some doubts and you might be having some difficulty seeing the future, I think something may come in, right? With this Wheel of Fortune and the Sun card, something very lucky may happen, and you need to be in a headspace to receive that. Possible outcome, though, is Seven of Voices. Possibility for deception, right? And I like it because this is like, has some sort of clarity, some sort of honesty, some sort of like authenticity, and it's rooted in growth, it's rooted in happiness. I feel like this is almost like your happiest choice is being authentic and being honest. That's your strongest choice right now. Possible if you're not, we've got deception. We've got things with dark shadow selves that are masquerading as something else. A lot of doubts, a lot of fears. We have secrecy. We have lies. We have, this is a possible outcome. I feel like this card is a warning that unless you choose honesty and choose happiness, you're headed down a path where you may end up headed down a path where the lies sort of pile on each other, where the obfuscations and the, if you're not living authentically, if you're not being honest and authentic and living in your truth and your clarity, then we end up with this deception, shutting down, people not talking because not talking seems like the best option given what could ensue. There's just like, this is about deception, about not sharing the truth out of fear, out of frustration, out of a willingness and a desire to win at all costs. So I feel like, because these are two diametrically opposed cards, the Sun card, honesty, clarity, all of that. And then this is like lies, obfuscations, winning at all costs, withholding truth, withholding all of that. It's the opposite card of this. So that's why I feel like that we can go two ways here. This can be a warning, like this is the choice. You're trying to choose what to do. Here's the choice. The choice is be authentic, be honest, be true to yourself, be true, be honest. And then here's the other choice is like deception, not talking, withholding truth that people need to hear to grow, and that the situation needs, like it needs sunshine, like a plant needs sunshine. This is like, or you could just leave it in the dark and continue with some sort of deception. So so that's your choice. It's a pretty stark choice there. It's not really like, and the other way this can work is, you may be honest. That doesn't have to change anybody else's behavior. Nobody else has to. Just because you're bringing the honesty and you're bringing your own clarity and you're revealing and showing and being very clear and honest about something, doesn't mean other people in the picture are going to respond likewise. So it can go either way. But either way, it's a warning. And it's an advisement to be honest as you can. It's also an advisement that doesn't force anybody else to be honest and clear, or also that you have a choice. We have a choice that we're making to either be honest or continue with some sort of deception, to allow the shadow self to have more say than it should. Here we do have the shadow. We do have the shadow from the person, but they are, it's there, but it's clear and it's seeable, and it's not this whole other backstory or this whole other issue. Here the shadow is this whole other world. It's this whole other world down here. So dealing with maybe even our darker parts of our personality that we don't like, that we don't enjoy, that we're ashamed of, that we've learned how to be embarrassed about, being honest and open, at least with ourselves about that, can help prevent there being like a whole other underworld that can really wreak some havoc in our life. So I don't know, your luck is changing, and for some reason it's encouraging you to be honest and open and authentic. Some sort of situation's changing here. So, all right, well, I'm going to go put another reading over this to clarify on each card and see what else we get. So if that sounds useful and helpful to you, join me over on Vimeo. If not, I love you, and I'll see you guys later.